Welcome to Footballland.
You just said Footballland.
Yeah,
amazing.
Just because there's a pause between what I'm saying doesn't mean to say we have to transfer that pause into the signage.
But why do it if there isn't a pause there?
Oh, just dramatic. Just being dramatic.
Yeah, but you wouldn't say, I'm just being dramatic.
Yeah,
you wouldn't say that.
You might do if you were being dramatic.
If there was a space between those letters, then you'd say that.
He ate his lunch too fast, and he had one of those little kind of silent hiccupy burp things,
Yeah.
and that was all. Let's move on.
Yeah, exactly, Mark. Let's move on. So, welcome to Footballland. We're building. We've been accidentally given $1 billion
Don't start.
by the state of Qatar.
You agree
to build a football-themed theme park in Qatar for the World Cup in Qatar in 2022.
We keep the pen and the laptop. Everything's fine.
Yeah, well, you know,
no, it's fine.
We're building a theme park, Ryan.
Yes,
and I've got to the end of my tether.
Pen.
I've got to the end of my tether. Because it's, how many months until November? And we still haven't built anything, lads.
I know, we need to pull our blooming socks up.
We need to pull our socks up. We need to stop blooming designing rides. However, let's have an amnesty on not designing rides. Yeah, let's just build 3 more rides, okay? But after this, we're going to start building it.
Yeah,
okay?
definitely.
Yeah?
Definitely. That's fine. As long as I think we were going to say, but after this, we'll fight it out to the death of whether there's a space in, whether it's real or whether the pen gets
definitely real.
It's definitely real, and it's no maxiture and miniature. It's just a pen, a laptop, and a dream, Ryan.
Oh, now it's a dream. You've gone full circle, and now you're saying it's not real.
No, not a dream as in you dream it, but an ambition and an aspiration. We've got a pen, a laptop, and a dream to build the biggest football theme park and only football theme park in Qatar in the World Cup in Qatar. Well, we've got $1 billion, mate.
Soon.
Yeah,
I know how much we've got, but...
Seriously, how long does it take to build a theme park?
Have we got time? No time at all.
We've still just about got time, though.
Honestly, we're doing it in Qatar, in the UAE, where they build stuff at quick time.
Our park is a stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get a shift on for sure.
Yeah, the stadium's actually going to take the longest, actually. Yeah. It's going to take longer than Steve Mechanical Ball, which you've already built in your garage. It's a washing machine and a dildo.
Let's play jingle. Get on me and stay on me for as long as you well can. I'm naked.
Okay, going to be honest with you, lads.
Yep.
Come up with an idea.
Oh,
great.
It's called Mikel Ar-vet-a.
How are you spelling that?
Mikel?
Yeah.
Mikel?
R.
A-R.
Yeah.
Vet-a. Ar-vet-a. Did they used to sing that? Ar-vet-a.
His name's not Ar-vet-a, so they didn't sing that, but they might have sung Arteta.
A vet in Footballland. No, we haven't.
But we've got a lot of animal cruelty.
Exactly. Where do we need to take these animals? We need to take them to a vet. If any of them get hurt, we've got the blooming Jurgen Klopp's clip trots. These donkeys, we've fed them with speed, and they're shitting themselves at 40 miles an hour.
No, but they're shitting into a parachute, so...
yeah, but that's fine. But they still might get hermed.
Med get hermed.
Mate, they're going to get hermed. Do you not remember what happens to the donkeys that misbehave?
Yeah.
If someone shouts donkey danger,
they get shot with a sniper.
And I don't think it's like a kind of gentle, take him out of the knees, we want him alive. It's not that. I don't think it's that. It's that donkey's gone berserk. And it's eating the face of a small child. Take it down. Headshot.
But you need to take it to the vet afterwards, if only to bury it.
The remains of this donkey. Why are you taking that to a vet?
There's anything you can do with this.
This used to be a donkey.
My problem is I've called it Mikel Ar-vet-a, and I can think of nothing that ties it to Mikel Arteta. But it is a vet, and the sign just says Mikel Ar-vet-a.
Probably enough. That's most of the rides in Footballland.
So Mikel Arteta can come in as a veterinary surgeon, much as Claudio Ranieri does for our operating theatre.
True.
Mikel Arteta learning on the job, much in Pep Guardiola's shadow. So maybe we can give him the very basic knowledge of how to fix animals.
I thought you were going to say like a great, mentor, a qualified vet that he can he can learn from.
Yeah, but
you're just saying
from a
no.
distance.
We'll just give him cursory knowledge of right. They're the horse pills. That's a saw, and every now and then you're gonna have to squeeze the bum to get some goo out.
If it lays an egg, it's not a dog or a cat.
Yeah. There's a kind of a kid's picture book. Here's a list of animals. Get going.
This does feel like his time at Arsenal, though. To be fair, as a manager, it's like
you found the link.
He seemed to have under Pep Guardiola. It's like Pep was always like, "Oh, he's such a tactician. He's so good. You know, I couldn't do my job without him. Come on, mate. Yeah, you could."
Yeah.
You seem to be doing a good job. But
yeah,
you're doing okay without him. It's not like Mikel Arteta was the missing link in your piece in your jigsaw. And now Arteta's at Arsenal. It's like, am I good? I fuck knows, lads. I mean,
sometimes.
If I'm good, it's really good. I think we're a bit lucky. And Rob Holding's still in the starting 11. So I think we bring that to his vet. Not Rob Holding. Don't have Rob Holding as his assistant. Although we could.
No.
But just Mikel Arteta fixing animals.
Yeah. I can see it. I can see the sign.
Yeah, the sign does say Mikel Ar-vet-a.
Yeah, and
the A at the end is a bit confusing because people might think it's like feta cheese.
Yeah.
So I think there needs to be another sign below it saying not feta cheese.
Yeah,
or a picture of some feta cheese with a cross.
I'm just going in here to get some feta.
Also,
no, turns out it's not that.
You know, there was obviously Socrates, who was the doctor.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a single footballer
called the vet.
You know, I
mean, this could be Mikel's art school.
It could be, but it's a vet.
Okay,
so
good answer.
He could have. He could have some still life. He could have a naked lady in there that people, while their animal is being put to sleep, they can be drawing.
Yeah,
a lady sort of on charcoal drawing, I guess.
In her distress, he's going to ask her to pop her clothes over there.
No. You've got a life model.
Oh, I see.
So in the corner.
Oh, I see.
But I think the most distressing thing of being a pet owner.
Take your clothes off, and B, I'm going to put your beloved pet down.
While a class draws you.
Yeah. It's a good distraction technique. It's like the body can't feel lots of pain at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, it's sort of the magician, watch this hand while I put your dog down with this hand.
Yeah.
Is that what magicians do?
Yeah. I mean, they're mutilating all sorts of animals, aren't they? Magicians are rabbits.
They used to, didn't they?
Yeah.
The disappearing dove.
Yeah.
What, they just killed
flat?
No. Are you in the magician's circle?
No.
It's bloody.
But this is how...
Are you in the magician's circle? The Liverpool edition.
It was murder. This is how they used to do as late as the 1920s. If you had a dove that you put a cloth over it,
nothing in here. Put the dove in,
and the dove's gone. The dove will be squashed flat and killed instantly.
In a hat, the thing would come down and squash it, or it would be attached to an elastic band, and it would go up your sleeve, and then
What, you squash it with your armpit?
No, there was like a contraption in there.
What, in your armpit?
Yeah.
What, like a little tiny gun?
Little tiny guillotine.
They'd make all sorts of mad stuff.
Be a little tiny guillotine and little tiny French people giving it a send-off underneath your armpit.
Yeah. So thinking of Mikel Arteta, and I think you're right, it looks more like an art school, but probably more accurately, it's like an art dealer. Because if you look at Arteta's name, it sort of spells Art ETA. So you almost go and go in and you look at a series of sort of prints or through a swatch book, a bit like in a tattoo pile, and you go, I want that one.
Yeah.
And then Mikel goes 3 to 6 months. And
so you go in and you ask for you commission someone to make you a watercolour or any medium, and then Mikel Arteta guesses how long it will take.
Roughly,
Who the fuck's going to go
It's like
in there?
a really shit fortune teller at the fairground.
I think it's a bit of this ride is a bit of a Trojan horse, right?
Ooh.
So basically, we can do whatever we want, art-wise, as long as you're in there with your animal that needs to be put down. So Mikel Arteta, he can do all the art he wants. He can value your art. He can try and sell you commission pieces. He can have you drawing a still life model in there, as long as you've brought your dog in to be put to sleep humanely. Yeah.
Oh, maybe he's sort of you remember like death masks. Maybe he's either like painting like a farewell picture of your dog. So as a slightly more tasteful version of taxidermy, rather than getting your dog stuffed
Like
and
that
put
one
on your
of Napoleon
mantle.
on his deathbed.
Yeah, it's like he paints
just a Labrador.
He paints your dog.
A farewell picture, so it's like the Labrador's sort of waving.
Holding the paw up. He puts the needle in.
Mikel Ar-vet-aYeah.
Yeah,
And
so
so-
he gives you the ETA of how long that picture of your dog
Not
being
just
put to
that.
sleep will take.
Exactly. Probably how long the pet's got left. Because there's always that thing you go to the vet to have the dog put down and they go, well, and they do that thing where it's like, well,
What, like a plumber?
we could run a lot more tests. It's going to cost X
Yeah.
amount. And you go, well, actually,
Gonna cost you.
and you go, oh, can I take her home? And you have like one last night, stroking her, and then you take it back before you shine his face.
Heartbreak.
And then, but so he kind of does that thing. He goes, look, it's got 3 to 6 months, but it's going to be a lot of bills. Or give me half an hour to an hour, and I'll paint you a lovely picture of it in its sort of
Dead state.
not dead state, like. Like in its current state, but a bit healthier. So as you remembered it,
Add a bit of
and
light.
then we'll put it down, and I'll send you away with both, like a Brucey bonus.
Maybe Damien Hirst could do like the shark thing in formaldehyde.
I'd be very up for that.
I mean, this started as a vet, and at the moment he's euthanising whatever comes through his door.
He's not that good. He's not going to be
So-
like healing anything, is he?
Yeah.
He's had no medical training.
Your pet's got a minor like skin irritation, right? Euthanise that, but you get a picture. It's harsh.
Yeah, I mean, it does feel a lot of the time like you go to the vets and they're just putting off the inevitable and stringing it out for as long as possible from like
For
literally
profit.
from the puppy state. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
like
for
you're like,
profit.
ooh.
But in a way, isn't that life?
Exactly. We're all dying, as I said in the first week to my now wife, and set the tone for our relationship. We are all technically dying. So yeah, of course. But he's doing it. He's very honest with you. He's very forthright.
Yeah.
And he's also a very good painter.
He's such
so
a good
he will
painter.
capture the likeness and spirit of your dog.
Yeah.
Do we know that about him? Because I'd hate to eye this and then find out he's shit at art. And
all
he's not only
Spanish.
euthanized my dog, he's made it look like a rabbit.
Fade
There's
by
A
only
weird
one-
rabbit dragon thing that
There's only
doesn't
one
resemble
test.
Mr. Poodles at all.
All Spanish people are great painters. Look at them. Like Dali, was very good and classical before he
Right.
went mad and did all that other stuff. Picasso, again, very good classical.
Yeah. Bit mad though. You wouldn't want your dog painted in either of those styles with like
No.
a melting clock.
And why is his eye up there?
But he can capture likeness and that stuff. There's only one test you need of Mikel Arteta, and we'll just get him to restore a bit of sort of 11th century church kind of painting.
That's the acid
They're
test.
That
is
is
the
Spanish
acid
people
test.
that kind of just draw like
With a Sharpie.
with a Sharpie a kind of the Jesus' head back on, and
Yeah.
it looks
Do like Edvard Munch's The Scream.
yeah. That's all we need to do is just sort of give him a little bit of church that we've chipped off a church somewhere.
Well,
and
the
go,
equivalent of Pep Guardiola's
"Restore
time with
this."
him at Man City. Restoring a lovely church for 3 months and then
And if
you
you
on
can
your
do
own at
that-
Arsenal.
Just we'll let him loose on everybody's animals and memories.
Okay, let's come to a vote on that.
I'm slightly confused as to what we're voting on, but yeah.
All those in favour of Mikel Ar-vet-a's euthanasia animal clinic, arts college, say aye.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Aye.
Why not?
Yeah, because I want to see this develop.
Thanks.
Footballland.
Right. I've got a pitch that could be equally as terrible and ropey as the Mikel Ar-vet-a. His original title was the South American Plastic Chair Gauntlet.
Right.
We've not had one of these type of rides for a little while in Footballland. Season 1 was a lot of gauntlets and kind of fighting stuff.
We've got chickens in planes.
We've got chickens in planes. That's aerial combat. This is
It'd be really disappointing if you built all these planes and they never took off, just driving around.
they're like wood planes. It's a load of chickens over there just doing some carpentry. It was called that, and then I shortened it to the Plastic Chair Gauntlet.
Yeah.
But I think I've settled on a different title for it now, and it's basically a very simple pitch. It's based on the South American, usually sort of second and lower division tear-ups that they have, where there's a wrong call, a disallowed goal, or a tackle that's a bit over the top, stood slightly too high, and it spills over. And everybody gets involved. And invariably, one of two things makes an appearance. The first is a plastic chair.
Yeah.
I don't know why there's garden furniture around the pitch. but there is. And sometimes there's a dog that's come with a spectator. The spectator comes on and the dog's not really getting violently, but it's just excitedly yapping up. And you're like, and so... So we've got enough dogs, and I think we've injured enough dogs and gotten enough dogs involved in Footballland. So I don't think we need to do that. And so this is very simply just a run.
Yeah.
It could be a tunnel, like a kind of an old school tunnel without a roof on.
Yeah.
That you have coming out of the stadium, that type of tunnel, not like a actual engineering project tunnel, not an actual,
not getting his and brewed out to come and build us a tunnel.
Otherwise a tunnel without a roof on is a corridor,
or half pipe.
Yeah, I mean it's barely that, is it? I mean, so it's literally an A to B. It's a bit like that school game that you played where you would run and jump up the wall and see who could get as high as possible.
Yes.
And so this is really just a game in which you run down a tunnel, corridor, and so you've got to run down this tunnel, and basically it's people throwing plastic chairs at you and in front of you, and you've got to just, because they're quite light, it's quite fun to
of course it is,
quite
plastic
fun to dick
furniture,
about with plastic furniture. You just toss it around, and you feel strong when you're a kid, get out of the way. And so you're doing that and trying to get as far as possible, but obviously they're going to mountain up and build up, so it's a bit like there was a zombie film, I think it's like World War Z, they kind of start piling up on top of each other. The chairs would pile up like that, so you might have to clamber up, and literally it's a bit, like a long jump or something, where there's going to be cameras all along it to see how ultimately, until I think you fall over.
Okay.
So as soon as you come off your feet,
like in American football, your knees hit the ground.
Oh, as soon as you're down, you're down. Yeah. And I think that's the point that you've got the furthest distance. And the only thing I'm going to add to that, other than no dogs, let's not throw dogs in, because we've done a lot of dog chucking. I might change the name of the ride from the Plastic Chair Gauntlet to the Garden Furniture Gauntlet, and I might permit garden furniture of any kind. Parasols, love swings.
We could have plastic suits of armour, because then we could have the Plastic Gauntlet.
Oh, nice. I like that. Or if it's just the gauntlet, the fist, the arm, and you put that on and that measures where you are. We don't need the old school camera system of it's going to measure you where you are.
Yeah.
You've got to lead with your hand a bit like
absolutely
Superman type thing. And I might extend it to garden equipment.
Sure.
Hedge trimmers, lawnmowers.
Tractor lawnmower?
Yeah, why not? I mean, if you can bring it, I'm thinking that this actually is sort of turning into a bit of a dump.
It doubles up as a tip.
Yeah, it doubles up as a tip for Doha. So if you can bring it
and you park your car.
If you can bring it, you sling it. It's a great slogan for the ride.
And so you've just got to get down that, not get crushed by anything too large.
Yeah.
But it really has to be, we need to employ at least one man that checks whether it's gardening. I think if we get into agricultural
with a council, you get people helping you with the tip.
Yeah,
excuse me, does this go in paper or cardboard?
Yeah. Anything like, if people start bringing combines and that sort of stuff, no, because that's going to get dangerous.
But no one has a garden combine harvester.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But
they've got quite big back gardens in the Middle East, actually.
Yeah, but there's always
no one has a home combine harvester. You've got to be a farmer to have a combine harvester.
That's what I mean. So somebody ticks. That man with the clipboard would go, no, that's agricultural, mate. Don't get out of here. Because there are chances.
What about polystyrene?
Ooh.
Bubble wrap.
Cardboard. Because I just want to say...
Garden polystyrene?
It's just a good opportunity to give back to
Doha.
to Doha. you know, with the municipal slogan, if you can bring it, sling it, and you just tell everyone in Doha,
It's a lovely slogan because
we have brought a hellfire football theme park to your country.
Yeah.
So this is the least we could do in return.
Do you think, just playing devil's advocate, do you think we as the British would be slightly put out if the Qatari government suggested that not only are we going to bring our recycling over to your place, we're going to insist that you get people to run through it while we chuck it?
No, I can't see a problem with that.
No, I can't either.
Yeah, I think it's sort of probably as we the British would probably take credit for it somehow.
Yeah.
I mean,
we'd either arrogantly take credit for it, or we'd just sheepishly go, "Oh yeah, I suppose that would be all right."
Well, people love testing themselves, don't they? A cheese run, the cheese running at the
cheese rolling,
bull running,
cheese running at the cheese.
Tomato,
was the sentence you just said.
the tomato splatting festival.
Yeah,
people will want to run through a garden furniture gauntlet.
Yeah,
they will absolutely want to do that, especially if it's trying to get as far as you can at the end.
Yeah. If a ride-on lawnmower is part of that, does that change things? Because that's going to hurt if that catches you.
Yeah, I think it's going to hurt.
You can't sling it though, can you? You can't pick it up.
You say that, I can sling a ride-on lawnmower. They're not that heavy. There's some low-slung ones that are not that heavy.
Well, it's not going to hurt then, is it? If you can pick it up and throw it barehanded over a wall into like a tip.
Like a shopping trolley. If I threw a shopping trolley at you, which I could...
shopping trolleys are very heavy. I don't think you'd be able to... Yeah, they're really heavy.
Are they?
I don't think... Yeah, you clearly never picked one up.
I've never been in a supermarket.
It's very hard. You can't throw a shopping trolley. No way.
Gravity.
Yeah. No way.
People do. They throw them into the canal.
Yeah, but they push them into the canal. They don't chuck them. They don't chuck them over a wall into the canal.
Yeah, they do.
They just roll them into the canal.
Really?
And even that, then it's probably a team of them. It's probably a team of them. I'm saying, you say to the people of Doha, look, we fucked up your country with this theme park. The least we could do is let you bring anything you can chuck into our tip.
We'll leave it there as a tip. In your country.
It's landfill. Yeah. It's landfill.
When you're done with Footballland, just excavate it all into the Garden Furniture Gauntlet and it'll probably all fit in there.
It was biodegradable.
Yeah, when I was growing up, there was underpasses under the main road that went down, and when they filled in the underpasses, they literally just let everybody just come and chuck all their shit in the underpass.
No way.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then they concreted it over, and there wasn't a fella checking, so there could be all sorts in there. I think there maybe should be one caveat in this.
No chemicals.
No, I was thinking probably, no, don't worry about what it is. Britain is... Britain is... maybe this could be at night times. We've found a use for it, get the maximum out of it. Britain is very good at exporting, or was very good at exporting things. It's now very good at exporting waste, and that's the only thing it's good at. It used to send a lot to China. It's now sending a lot of recycling to Turkey, where it's just being burnt. Whereas we can skip the burning here. Yeah. We can improve this. So we could export our rubbish to the Garden Furniture Gauntlet / Doha tip, and just dump it in there. We don't need to burn it.
I just thought as well.
Fine. And it's open. It's an open. It's not a secret.
No, I just thought as well. I watched a David Attenborough recently, and apparently there's a type of fish in the Pacific that's evolved to be able to eat plastic.
Yeah.
Really?
So get those fish. We'll chuck them in the gauntlets, and they can they can degrade it. I'm not saying we put the water in as well. Or no, maybe it's ankle deep water.
Yeah.
Ankle deep for the fish. Come on, let's think of the fish.
Because then it would be like the trash compactor in Star Wars.
So
there's all kinds of things crawling around under there.
Yeah, I've got nothing else to add.
No.
So, I mean, if you chaps sort of like in the colour of my
loving the colour, I just want people to be dressed up as referees while they're doing it.
Why?
Because it's always the referee that gets fucked over in a South American football game.
True, yeah.
So if a referee's being chased around and they've got to climb a very high fence.
Yeah, they should be chased.
So you've got, just for the fun, just for the experience.
Well, I guess that's part of it, right? So the chuckers on the side, don't always have to be chucking ahead. They could be chucking behind you to let you panic or to even try and trip
They can.
you.
A lot of them won't know there's a bloke running through.
True.
They'll just be like tipping their sofa
They came
over.
through the Doha entrance,
which is
where
free.
it just says Doha municipal tip. And they're just chucking away like old paint. And,
Of all the rides...
Some wood.
Of all the rides and the experiences that we've come up with, this is the easiest one for us to test.
Oh, yeah.
So
Because you just run through a
propose
tip.
Next weekend, the three of us, we run through, I don't know, the one nearest me, Kentish Town tip, probably.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Let's run through that. See what happens.
I'm up for that. Yeah. All right, cool.
Brilliant.
Okay, all right. All those in favour of the Garden Furniture Gauntlet / Doha Municipal Tip ride experience facility, say 3 after I. I.
3.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Oh,
Well done.
So
Lovely
good.
stuff.
Lovely stuff.
Let me take your hand. I wanna take you to Footballland. It's built in the sand. And I'll run out of lyrics.
Okay, so SAS is a 3-person ride, and just as to replicate how it's going to be on the day, I'm not going to tell you anything about it. You just choose whether you're Chris Sutton, Alan Shearer, or Mike Sadler. Okay, who do you two want to be? And you can't be the same.
I don't know. I'll be Mike Sadler.
You're going to be Mike Sadler.
I'd be Shearer.
You're going to be Shearer. Okay. So SAS refers to the famous strike partnership between Chris Sutton and Alan Shearer in Blackburn's Premier League winning season of 94-95.
Oh, yeah.
But it also SAS.
The SAS, Special Air Service.
Special Super Army Soldiers. If
Super Army Soldiers.
extras is anything to go by.
Oh.
Now, as a confirmed pacifist, I must confess that I'm very interested in military history, and the SAS are particularly exciting. I am old enough to remember the Iranian embassy siege, which was 1980. I was 7 years old. Mum and Dad came to get me up because it was so exciting. We were watching Death and Destruction live. It was a bank holiday weekend, and it was like an action film, but it was live.
Live, yeah.
It
One
was
of the first
actually
live kind of crises.
Well, first and possibly last, in that they realised you can't just show anything on TV. I mean, it was amazing, but...
Unless you're outside the UK, in which case you can absolutely show whatever you want on TV.
Yeah. So that was the Super Army soldiers abseiling down and smashing in through the windows.
Yeah, from the neighbouring building, right?
From
They
the
got
neighbouring
through
building
like...
and the Iranian embassy siege, which is South Kensington. Fire bombs, balconies exploding. Nobody knew who the goodies were. And
on the news.
Yeah, live on the news. It was absolutely astonishing.
One of them got stuck, didn't he? One of the soldiers. He got his rope stuck and he just dangled for a bit. But you saw his bum.
Oh, no.
Really?
Yeah, they blurred the bum out because no identification with the SAS.
People being shot live on TV, fine, but we don't want any bums. We're not having that. I can't remember that bit.
And it almost definitely didn't happen. And look at his face. Just ignore him.
There was a moment when a
on
balcony
Wikipedia.
blew up, and we thought that was a bad thing, and it turned out that the SAS had laid that bomb as a distraction thing. Anyway,
it was odd they didn't reveal their tactics before this happened, so everybody would know.
Yeah.
they should have done
They
that.
should have done that.
That would have been
shouldn't
the sporting thing to
When
do.
the Conservatives leak what they're about to say in Parliament or in the press conference,
There was none of that with the
they should have
SAS in
leaked
1980.
that just so that everyone
Yeah.
knew the
Or
team
sometimes
sheets.
when they come out and say that we're definitely not going to do this, but as long as they've put the word "not" in front, you know that that's exactly what they're going to do.
Or it's like, Boris Johnson at this, or Theresa May or the Queen is expected to say this thing that she's really happy to blah, blah, blah. It's like, you're just saying the speech.
Yeah.
Why bother saying the speech? You're saying what she's going to say. You're saying it.
Yeah. Well, they sort of are saying it.
Well, yeah, but through someone else, like a weird puppet. The Queen's got a weird newsreader puppet to talk for her.
Oh, I'd love it if it was actually like Sesame Street. Yeah.
Is she good at ventriloquism? The Queen?
She loves putting her hand up people's asses.
We almost had one episode without that.
So to replicate the SAS element of this SAS, if you're Alan Shearer or Chris Sutton, you're abseiling down the side of a building. And I think it's quite a tall building. Qatar is good at building really tall
For no
buildings.
reason.
We can combine it with window cleaning just so that we get our money's worth.
Yeah.
But I think the footballing element, as you're abseiling down the side of it, is you got to do head tennis with a football. As you're abseiling down the side of a building.
Nice. Yeah.
I think it probably needs to be on some kind of bungee cord, doesn't it? If it was just loose, you'd only be able to do a couple
the ball,
of those.
you mean?
Yeah.
Like, one of those toys you get from like Argos when you're 12, like a football keep you uppy thing.
I think so, yeah.
Like on a lead.
Yeah.
I'm just out taking my ball for a walk.
They scored 49 goals between them in that season.
Yeah.
How many did Chris Sutton get? How many did Shearer get?
13. Chris Sutton got 13.
Shearer.
You're going 13.
Shearer got, I'm going to say 32,
You're both close.
which meant Sutton got 17. Is that right?
Sutton got 15 and Shearer got 34.
Oh.
So you're the better striker. So you've got the best role.
Thanks.
I'm Chris Sutton. I think Hoddle should pop out of one of the windows and try and get Chris Sutton to play for the England B team. And he just kicks his face off or something. Sutton famously refused to do that. But the other element, so you carry on doing head tennis, abseiling down the building. The other element is Mike Sadler, who was an SAS soldier who got isolated behind enemy lines in the Second World War and trekked 100 miles across desert without any food or water.
Yeah, because when you were saying Mike Sadler at the start, I was like, I can't remember him for Blackburn. Did he play in central midfield?
No.
It's like Tim Sherwood, Mike Sadler.
He trekked across the desert 100 miles.
This is
took
like
him 5 days.
Right. Wow. So how old would he been at this point?
Mike Sadler?
Yeah.
No, this is Mike Sadler in the 1940s.
Yeah, but
he's still alive, by the way. He's over 100 years old
right,
now.
okay. I was going to say, so Mike Sadler wasn't involved in the Iranian embassy
No,
he wasn't like the boss or the assistant manager.
Because
no,
that would be a bit like the storyline of The Rock, where they get ancient Sean Connery out to get to Alcatraz because he once escaped Alcatraz, but to take on an entire elite Army SEAL force team, but despite him being almost an octogenarian.
Yeah. No, that's clearly ridiculous. We can't do that.
No,
I'm suggesting that we replicate his historic, because we're in the desert.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
So even though Mike Sadler is still alive and we could get him out.
He was still alive about 5 years ago and he was about 104, so he's probably not still alive.
Okay.
But he trekked 100 miles, took him 5 days, no food or water. He had to drink his own.
What was he doing it for?
He was isolated behind enemy lines, and he got back to base.
And then
it was like a comic relief fun run thing.
Yeah, and then he sat in a bath of beans at the end.
He did drink his own piss.
To them himself because he was so hot.
He drank his own piss. If you tell someone who goes on, people who go on This Morning, like, I drink my own urine, and like Holly Willoughby looks confused and a bit shocked, and Philip Schofield can't stop laughing.
And then asks for a bit.
Richard Hadley, what was his name?
Richard Madeley.
Oh, yeah. No, who's your SAS fella?
Mike Sadler.
Oh, right. Richard Hadley played for New Zealand at cricket.
He just sat on the sofa, not saying anything, just quietly sipping his own urine.
Richard Hadley. She is mine.
She is. I'll just go down and bed. And I'll say bed because I'm New Zealand.
I'm going to drink my own piss. Yeah.
Pus. It would be pus.
One of them in Spandau
Drink
Ballet.
Pus.
Which Hadley is that? Tony Hadley.
Yeah.
Tony. So you got Richard Hadley sharing a pint of piss with Tony Hadley from Spandau Ballet. No, basically, you're abseiling down. And
I was just trying to get into character. So I am
drinking your own piss.
Drinking my own piss.
No, you've basically got to run the equivalent of 100 miles. So we scale it down. So you've got to run, I don't know, a kilometre.
5K.
100 metres.
5K.
Please.
Down a pint of piss, and that's your involvement in.
Seems tangential at best.
Yeah. It doesn't actually affect what Sutton and Shearer are doing, scoring goals as they abseil down the side of the tower
there's
block.
a family of 3 and they rock up to the ride.
It gives the third person something to do.
It reduces the queue length.
Oh, come on. Can't we get one of the other persons to be one of the Iranian terrorists?
Well,
they didn't come to a good end. There were 6 terrorists, and they weren't Iranian, famously. They were protesting at they wanted sovereignty for a tiny province in Iran called Khuzestan or something. Of the 6 terrorists, this is actually quite a beautiful end.
Right. Oh.
Of the 6 terrorists, 5 died in the siege rescue.
Yeah.
2 hostages lost their lives. The terrorist who survived was imprisoned, released on parole in 2008, couldn't go back to Iran because he'd have been tried and executed as soon as he got off the plane. So they granted him asylum in London. He's living under an assumed identity. He's a totally reformed character, and he is now dating one of the hostages.
No, the ultimate Stockholm system.
They kept up
System?
Stockholm
It is ultimate.
Stockholm sisters doing it for themselves. As like a kind of, they didn't really make it out of Sweden. They're like sort of an ABBA. They haven't beat them to
we
it.
are the Stockholm sisters.
The Stockholm sisters. like people just. The reason why they were so rubbish is because people never left their concerts to buy. All their fans were just.
All their fans just wanted to stay with them forever.
Yeah. But their manager was also their kidnapper.
Yeah.
So, as Mike Sadler, you're not anything to do with the fun.
Hadley drinking his own piss in one corner. It's good because you've got something for all the family now.
Yeah.
If you've got a family of 5 or 6 rocking up, one of them could be Shearer, one of them could be Sutton, one of them could be Richard Hadley, one of them could be Dennis Miller.
Tony Hadley. Dennis Miller.
Mike Sadler.
Roger Miller.
Tony Hadley's there as well.
Yeah, Tony Hadley.
Yeah.
A couple of the Stockholm sisters.
Mike Sadler runs across the desert, drinks a pint of piss, and then breaks into the hostage, the embassy, and marries one of them.
Oh,
and the ride is not over until the
so
piss.
It's a wedding.
It's
technically a wedding. It's like a shotgun wedding. So you could.
It's a themed wedding. Embassy siege.
Whoa! If that's not one of the options when I finally get to Vegas, I'm going to be so upset. Yeah, I'll go for the Iranian. Iranian embassy hostage theme.
So we've got Gondola, we've got Elvis, we've got embassy siege.
I'm interested.
Vegas is just collecting dust.
I'm interested.
No one ever chooses that.
I am interested in the Iranian embassy siege themed wedding, but as a Blackburn fan, how are you going to? No, don't worry. Can I get married as Alan Shearer?
Hi, I'm a New Zealand cricket fan here. I drink my own piss?
I like military history, Blackburn Rovers, and I'm really into the pop of the early 80s. What themed wedding?
Oh, we've got Tony Hadley running across the Nevada desert.
Karaoke.
Tony Hadley running across the desert, drinking his own piss.
Yeah, drinking his own piss. God, poor fella.
Amazing.
I wouldn't push this any further. I think it's reached its natural conclusion.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably time to vote.
Let's have a vote.
So, all those in favour of SAS becoming part of Footballland.
The first themed wedding of Footballland.
After 3. 3, 2, 1.
Aye. I mean, it's got to be.
Oh, we've had marriage counselling. Why not go for the other rites of passage?
Full circle, really.
Why not have your wedding here at Footballland? Choose from a wide range of beautiful and romantic themes. Disney Princess, Fairyland, the 1980 Iranian embassy siege will make your dreams a reality.
There we go. Whoa. So
another day in the Footballland offices.
Planning a theme park. Sue us.
You know what?
Because we are coming up with a great one.
Exactly. That's it. We're really good at this.
Oh,
we're really
so
good
good.
At this. We're so good at planning. I'm a bit worried about life after this.
I'm worried about how good we'll be at building it.
Yeah.
If you think we're good at planning, imagine us building this fucker.
Yeah.
Well, how about, I know we've got to get on with it and stop coming up with new rides, but how about we come up with some more new rides first?
Let's do that next week.
Yeah.
Let's knock it on the head for now.
Yeah, because
let's come up with new rides.
I'll do today's.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
All right. Thanks
Join
for
us
listening.
Patreon and follow us and all of that, and like us and subscribe.
Bye.